Welcome back to Tile the World. We're closing out the year with a bang. A special countdown of the top 10 tiling tips and tricks.
From Tile the World.
Straight from Craig Ann.
The Tile Nerd Army.
It's been an amazing year.
It has.
So much content. So much. I feel like we all leveled up our tiling game big time.
Absolutely. We've gone from Grout 101 to navigating the world of 3D tiles.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
I know. It really has.
How much we covered.
It really is like having a personal tiling coach. Right in your pocket 24/7.
You wear a pocket? Yeah.
To help us break down all of this incredible tile nerd wisdom into a top 10 countdown.
Yes.
We have our resident tile expert here with us today. Welcome to the show.
I'm so excited to be here. We're going to highlight those key takeaways that are really going to empower you to take on your next tiling project with confidence.
Yes.
Are you ready to kick off the countdown?
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Hit me with number 10.
Number 10 is all about layout and planning. The foundation of a flawless tile installation.
Okay. I know we hear it time and time again.
Yeah.
Why is it so important, though? Why is that, the number one thing?
Picture this. You're halfway through this, meticulous tile installation, and you suddenly realize that your pattern is off, your grout lines are a hot mess, or you totally forgot about that one pesky corner that's, not square.
Nightmare.
Total nightmare. That's where the dry layout comes in. It's like a dress rehearsal for your tile project.
Okay, so we're talking about laying out the tiles before you actually adhere them.
Exactly. You're going to visualize that final result. You're going to be able to plan out your cuts, especially when you have weird angles or those tricky patterns like mosaics and herringbone.
And those little tiny...
don't even get me started.
Oh, the tiny tiles.
In the Avoid Stone Mosaic Installation Disasters video, Craig really hammered home how that dry layout helps you minimize that dreaded window pane effect.
I hate the window pane effect.
It's the worst.
It is.
But just taking a little time up front to arrange those sheets and adjust the individual stones, you get this more natural and seamless look.
It's so true because, it really is like playing Tetris right.
Yeah.
To try to get it.
Totally.
So it flows.
Yeah.
And isn't so grid-like.
And you know what? Even with larger format tiles, they might look like they're all the same size.
Right.
But even a slight variation can throw off your entire installation.
Yeah, that's so true.
So you want those grout lines to be consistent and visually appealing.
Makes sense.
So
whether it's mosaics, large format tiles, a dry layout, non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Write that down.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 9, we have substrate preparation.
Okay, substrate prep. The unsung hero
Yes.
of a successful tile installation. So we're talking about more than just cleaning the surface before we tile.
Way more. Think of it like the foundation of a house. If it's not solid, level, everything built on top is going to be compromised.
Right.
So we're talking about using a level, checking for inconsistencies, patching up any of those imperfections, especially on those plywood subfloors. You want to create that smooth, stable base for your tiles to adhere to.
Yeah, and I remember Craig saying this a lot in the Learn to Lay Tile and Stone, like a pro.
Oh, he hammers that one home.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, if you skimp on the prep work,
you will regret it.
It's going to come back to bite you.
And it will. You can end up with cracked tiles, uneven surfaces, and then you're going to have to go back and spend double the time trying to fix it.
I know, and it's like you could have just...
Totally. And you know what? In those EOI review notes, there's this great analogy that's imagine building a house on sand.
It's not.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to be good.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure right from the beginning.
Totally. A poorly prepped substrate. Recipe for disaster.
Okay. Foundation.
Foundation.
Number 8 takes us to grout.
Grout. The unsung hero. I mean, people think it's just about filling in the gaps.
Yeah, we've got to mush it in there and we're done.
It's so much more than that. It plays such a critical role. Craig explained it in Grout 101 as a trifecta of functionality.
Okay, a trifecta.
I know. Structural integrity, aesthetics, and system protection.
Okay, so it does way more.
Way more.
Than I initially thought.
It's amazing.
Break that down for me.
So first, we've got structural integrity. So grout acts like a super glue, bonding to those sides of the tiles, creating a really strong interconnected system. It's like a web of support that holds everything together.
So it really is holding the installation together.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense.
It's also adhering to that substrate that we just talked about.
Right.
To further reinforce everything.
Okay. And then how does it play an aesthetic role?
Oh my gosh. The aesthetics of grout, it's choosing the right grout color can totally transform the look of your tile.
It's true.
A contrasting grout color can highlight the pattern. Make a statement, while a blending grout color can create a more subtle, seamless effect.
I will say I have spent hours staring at
Me too.
grout samples trying to figure out, like,
That's the hardest decision.
Oh, it is.
It is. And you know, what I've learned from the Tile Nerd Army is to really consider the characteristics of your tile.
Okay.
So in TB29 Grout Basics, Craig talks about,
Yeah.
if you have tiles with like a lot of variation or imperfections, that contrasting grout, it's going to highlight all those flaws. But on the flip side, if you're going for like a clean, minimalist look, a blending grout can create that like beautiful, cohesive surface.
That's a good point. I hadn't even thought of that.
Is that true?
That a contrasting grout would highlight the imperfections.
It will. And I've learned that the hard way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so definitely mock it up.
That's so smart.
Do a little sample board, see how you like it.
I've never done that. I just always try to like envision it in my head.
I know.
I'm like, I think that'll look good.
No, mock it up.
Okay, and then the third part of the trifecta was system protection.
Yes. So grout acts as a shield.
Oh, okay.
It protects the edges of your tiles from, impacts and chips, and it helps to slow down water penetration, which is obviously crucial in areas like showers.
Especially showers.
Yeah, it's not waterproof.
Right.
But it helps to create those channels for water runoff, reducing the risk of slips and falls.
And he had a whole section on that, too, in that TB29 Grout Basics.
He did.
About how important it is for showers.
Yeah. Because who wants to be slipping and sliding in the shower?
Not me.
Not me.
I've done it. It's not good.
It's scary.
Okay, so grout is like a tiny little workhorse.
It really is.
It's doing so much.
It is. It's like a tiny little superhero.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was all going on in those little grout lines.
It is. Okay. We're moving on to number 7.
Get me.
Conquering Stone Mosaics. Okay, these intricate beauties.
Oh, yeah.
They can add a touch of elegance.
They're so pretty.
And artistry to any space, but they can be challenging to install.
I can only imagine.
Especially when it comes to avoiding that window pane effect.
The window pane effect. I've seen that happen before.
I know. It happened to the best of us. But Craig shares his tips for taming those tiny tiles in the video.
Okay.
I hate it, but you can install it.
What a title.
It's such a good title.
It's very descriptive.
It's so descriptive. He emphasizes the importance of that dry layout to really visualize the pattern.
Yes.
Adjust the sheets as needed.
Yeah.
And just make sure your mosaic looks as natural and seamless as possible.
So it's about like creating that organic flow, right? And like mimicking how it looks in nature.
Exactly. In hands-on Stone Mosaics River Rocks.
Oh my God.
He even talks about leaving gaps between the sheets, intentionally leaving gaps between the sheets and filling them with loose stones.
Oh, that's so smart.
I know.
Yeah. To
get that random natural look.
Yeah, because nature's not perfect. It's random. Oh, I love that. Okay, moving on to number 6. Let's talk 3D tiles.
3D tiles. Okay, 3D tiles have taken the design world by storm, adding this texture and dimension to walls in a way that we've never seen before.
They're so cool.
They're so cool. But with those raised surfaces comes a new challenge.
Oh, what is it?
Penetrations.
Yeah. Like plumbing fixtures.
Exactly, like plumbing, electrical fixtures.
I can imagine that being tricky.
It can be. But Craig is here to save the day.
Always.
In the video, 3D Tiling Nightmares. It's a good one.
It is a good one.
He shares his strategies for conquering those challenges. He recommends using specialized tools like core drill bits.
Oh, for drill bits.
To create those precise cuts around those fixtures. And for electrical outlets, he suggests using outlet box extenders.
Oh, that's a good tip. Outlet box extenders. I need to get some of those.
They're amazing.
They're
a lifesaver.
Yeah. Such a good idea.
Right, because then it looks all seamless.
Right.
It's not just awkwardly sitting there.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes to corners, which can also be tricky.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With 3D tiles.
Yeah.
He recommends scribing the inside corners for a more precise fit. And for those outside corners, he suggests using metal trim.
Okay. Metal trim. So is that more decorative?
I mean, metal trim is amazing. It's incredibly versatile. It's not just decorative. It can be used to create clean transitions between different tile surfaces. It can protect those outside corners from getting dinged up.
Oh, yeah.
And it can even add a decorative element.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
multi-purpose?
Multi-purpose metal trim. Got it.
Yes.
All right, we're at number 5. Working with glass tile.
Glass tile. Okay, I love glass tile.
Me too. It's so pretty, yeah.
It's so beautiful, but it can be intimidating to work with.
It does seem delicate.
It does seem delicate.
I feel like if I look at it wrong,
it'll shatter.
It will shatter.
But it's all about having the right tools and techniques. And you'll be able to master cutting a glass tile like a pro.
All right. Spill the tea.
So, the key is a wet saw with a diamond blade.
Okay. So not my regular tile cutter.
Not your regular tile cutter.
Okay.
Don't even try it.
Don't do it.
Because you're just going to end up with a pile of
shards.
Broken dreams, yeah.
Okay.
The pressure from a regular cutter is just too much for the glass. It's going to shatter it.
Right.
A wet saw uses a continuous stream of water to cool the blade and prevent overheating.
Okay.
So you get those like smooth, precise cuts. And then once you've made those cuts, don't forget to sand down the edges.
Okay. What's the purpose of sanding them?
So when you cut the glass tile, those fresh cut edges can be a little bit sharp.
Okay.
They might snag or scratch. So sanding them down ensures that you're going to have a smooth, safe finish. It's a small detail that makes a big difference.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Glass tile.
Yeah.
Precision and finesse.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. We're halfway through the countdown.
We are. I'm so excited.
I know, me too. This is great. What tile wisdom awaits us at number 4?
Okay. Let's talk movement joints.
Movement joints. Okay, now those are the gaps that help prevent the tile from cracking.
They are the heroes.
I sometimes see them, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Like, is there a rule of thumb of, like, when you need them?
You know, you're right. They're not always super obvious, but they're crucial.
Okay.
For a long-lasting tile installation. And in TB30 movement joints, Craig talks about how they accommodate the tiny shifts and stresses.
Okay.
That happen in a building over time.
Like from the house settling and temperature changes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Without those strategically placed gaps, all that stress gets transferred to your tile and grout.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's when you start seeing those cracks.
So they really are like little...
They're like little shock absorbers.
Yeah, shock absorbers. I like that analogy.
They're like letting your tile breathe and move a little without, affecting the overall integrity of the installation.
That makes a lot of sense. So where do we put these magical stress-relieving gaps?
So Craig recommends paying special attention to inside corners, perimeter joints, where the tile meets the wall.
Okay.
And transitions between different materials.
Oh, yeah.
Like where tile might meet wood or metal.
Okay.
These are all areas where you're going to see movement happen.
Okay, so it's not just random.
It's not random.
Placement.
No.
It's strategic.
You're thinking it through.
Think it through. You got to.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about filling them? I'm guessing it's not just any old caulk.
You're right. It's not just any caulk.
What is it?
You got to use silicone sealant.
Silicone sealant.
It's way more flexible and durable than traditional caulk.
All right.
Which means it can handle those expansions and contractions without cracking or failing.
Okay.
And it also creates that watertight seal.
Got it.
You don't want any moisture sneaking in there?
No moisture. Okay, silicone for movement joints. Noted. All right, number 3.
Number 3 is all about protecting your investment.
Ooh, I like that.
Tile and stone sealer secrets.
Okay. Is sealing always necessary?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It depends. Okay. It depends on the porosity of your tile, the type of grout you're using, even the area where the tile is installed. Okay. All those things come into play when you're deciding whether or not to seal.
All right, so break it down for me. When is it absolutely non-negotiable?
For natural stone tiles, it's almost always non-negotiable.
Okay.
Stone is naturally porous.
It is. Lots of little holes.
It's got those little holes.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting to absorb any liquid or stain that comes their way.
Right. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way.
So the sealer is like that barrier, is that protection.
Okay.
Think of it as like giving your beautiful stone shield.
Yeah, like a little force field around each little piece of stone.
Exactly.
Okay. So, porcelain tile, since it's not as porous. You're right, porcelain is less likely to absorb those stains.
Right.
But here's where it gets tricky.
Oh, what is it?
It all comes down to the grout.
Oh, the grout.
If you've opted for that epoxy grout.
Okay.
Which we all know and love.
Yes.
For its stain and water resistance.
Yeah, it's very durable.
It is. You actually don't want to seal it.
Why is that?
Because epoxy grout is already so good at repelling stains.
Okay.
And moisture.
Right.
Adding a sealer on top.
Yeah.
could actually interfere with its performance.
Oh, so it's like
too much of a good thing.
Too much of a good thing.
You know?
It's about finding the right balance.
So you gotta know your tile, you gotta know your grout.
You got to. And you gotta know your sealer.
Because
there are so many options out there. You've got those penetrating sealers, which soak deep into the surface, filling those tiny pores.
Right.
And you have topical sealers.
Okay.
Which sit on top of the surface and form like a protective film. So it's like internal versus external protection.
Totally. You got it.
Okay, I like that.
And penetrating sealers are more durable.
Okay.
And they're going to last a lot longer.
Okay.
Topical sealers might need a touch-up every few years, depending on the traffic and the wear and tear in the area.
Got it.
And then another thing to think about when you're choosing a sealer is the finish.
Ooh.
The finish. Do you want it to enhance
the
natural beauty?
Yeah, that wet look. Some tiles look really good with that.
They do.
It makes the color pop.
Yes.
But then some...
You want to keep it natural. Exactly.
Yeah.
So many decisions.
It's so true. And I never realized how much goes into that decision.
It's a lot.
It's not just like, oh, let's just slap some sealer on.
Right. It's science.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, moving on to number 2.
Hit me with number 2.
Blank shower shelves.
Blank shower shelves. Okay, I'm all ears.
Right.
Shower organization's always a challenge.
It is.
Tell me everything.
Okay. Picture this. Sleek, stylish shelves.
Yes.
That install directly into your existing grout lines.
No drilling.
My
walls thank you.
Yes. Your walls are thanking you. No more adhesives.
Yeah.
No more worrying about damaging that beautiful tile work. They just snap into place.
Okay.
They're providing a secure and elegant solution for storing all of your shower essentials.
So you're telling me I can get rid of that rusty shower caddy?
You can.
That is hanging on for dear life.
It's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
And blank shelves are made from a durable stainless steel in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors.
Okay.
So they can withstand that humid environment.
Right.
And they can complement any bathroom design.
I love it. So no more eyesores.
No more eyesores.
Okay, last one. Hit me. Number 1, what is it?
Number 1 is LVT click flooring. This innovative flooring option has taken the design world by storm.
Okay, LVT click. Remind me what that is.
So LVT stands for luxury vinyl tile. And it's basically a type of flooring that, mimics the look of real tile or stone.
Okay.
But unlike traditional tile, which can be heavy and expensive and time-consuming to install, LVT click is lightweight.
Okay.
It's affordable.
Right.
And it's incredibly DIY-friendly.
Right.
The click part refers to that ingenious locking system.
Oh, yeah. Where you can just
snap them together, and you create this floating floor without any messy adhesives.
Oh, I love those click-together flooring systems. They're so easy.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
And because LVT click is made from vinyl, it's naturally water-resistant.
Okay.
So it's perfect for kitchens, bathrooms, laundry rooms, mud rooms.
Anywhere where there's moisture.
Exactly. You got it.
So it's stylish and practical.
It is. It's the best of both worlds.
Love it.
And it's super durable, too.
Okay.
It can resist scratches, dents, stains.
Oh, wow.
You name it.
Perfect for pets and kids.
Yes. High traffic areas. And with so many colors and patterns.
Right. And textures available.
Yeah.
You can find LVT click to match any design style.
That makes sense. Okay. We've reached the final tip in our countdown.
I know. This is so exciting.
I'm ready. Drum roll, please.
Number 1 is never underestimate the power of proper planning and preparation.
Okay, so not necessarily a specific technique.
Right.
But, you've been saying it throughout this entire countdown.
Yeah.
A solid foundation is key to a successful tile installation.
Absolutely.
Whether it's layout, substrate prep,
totally,
grout, sealer, all of it.
It all comes back to those initial steps, taking the time to get it right.
It's like you always say, fail to plan, plan to fail.
Yes.
And with tile, that rings so true.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's the golden rule of tiling.
All right. That brings us to the end of our Tile the World Top 10 countdown. But wait.
There's more. Bonus tip time.
Okay, I love bonus content.
Who doesn't?
I know, right? What tile treasure awaits us?
Get ready to master
the miter cut.
Okay, miter cut.
It's easier than it sounds, I promise.
All right, well, break it down for me. What is a miter cut?
So a miter cut is basically a 45-degree angle cut.
Okay.
That allows you to join two pieces of tile at a corner.
Okay.
Without using a trim piece.
Oh, okay. So instead of that trim piece covering that exposed edge, you're using the tile itself.
Yes. Exactly.
To make it...
You're creating a finished corner.
Oh. Okay, so it gives it a more clean look.
It's very clean. It's very modern. Oh. It's beautiful for outside corners, transitions between different materials.
Okay.
Or even water features.
Wow. Water features. Okay, that's fancy.
It is a little fancy. It's definitely a technique that requires, some practice.
Yeah.
To get those angles just right.
So what are your tips for mastering the miter cut?
So, as with any new skill, practice makes perfect.
Okay.
The key is to use the right tools, obviously.
What would that be?
A wet saw with a diamond blade.
Okay.
That's your best friend for miter cuts. And don't be afraid to just grab some scrap pieces of tile. Yeah. Practice those cuts. Get a feel for the angle, the pressure.
Right.
Until you feel confident.
So it's all about precision and patience.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once you've mastered that miter cut technique...
Yeah.
You're going to be amazed at the difference it makes in the overall look and feel of your tile installation.
Oh, okay.
It's like, that's how you know you're a pro.
Yeah, those finishing touches.
Exactly. It's all in the details.
This has been so much fun.
It has.
I feel like I've leveled up my tile game.
I know, me too.
Even more. So much good information from the Tile Nerd Army.
I know. It's amazing how much Craig packs into those videos.
I know.
Right.
And those notes, the TB notes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So much valuable information.
I know. This is just the tip of the iceberg, though.
This is just the beginning. There's so much more to learn and explore.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of tile, right?
It is.
It's always evolving. There's always something new.
There's always a new technique, a new trend, a new material.
It's inspiring.
It is. It keeps things exciting.
It does. And thanks to resources like Tile the World, we can continue to learn and grow and create beautiful spaces.
Yes. We're all tile nerds here. Embrace the challenge. Yeah. Get creative. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Totally. You're going to learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. That's part of the process.
And you don't have to be a pro to get amazing results.
You really don't. With a little knowledge, the right tools, a dash of tile nerd inspiration, you too can tile the world.
Love it. And be sure to check out tilebar.com.
Yes.
For all of your tiling needs.
All your tiling needs.
And join Craig in the Tile Nerd Army.
Oh, yes.
On Instagram and YouTube.
For even more inspiration and tips and tricks.
Yes. Until next time.
Happy tiling.
Happy tiling.